Now let's bring in retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Danny Davison, Senior Managing Director with Trends U.S. Bilal Saab, for a little bit more on this. So, Lieutenant Colonel, in a ceasefire, militarily, strategically, what happens inside of a country like Iran? Is this going to allow for digging in, and is the United States going to continue to fly uncontested over Iran with jets and drones?
Well, ideally, that there would be no more incursion of the airspace. I think that's one of the things that Iran specifically said. In fact, they cited Ghalibaf, the Speaker of the Iranian Parliament, specifically complained in an ex-post this afternoon that there had been a drone coming, he alleges, from Israel, and it violated Iranian airspace, which he said was not part of the deal. So they're not supposed to be any flying over the territory there. And then that means also that the Iranian side is not supposed to be firing anything south into Israel or anywhere else in any of the GCC countries. So far, it looks like that it's partially holding, mostly holding. Certainly not to the degree that it was before this ceasefire, or whatever you want to call it, took effect. But definitely, all the sides will be taking advantage of the opportunity to not be hit with anything else and try to repair damage or so, and look to see what their leaders do about whether it's going to continue.
And Bilal, how do you think that this is being seen right now by Iran's allies and by those who support the government right now in Iran?
Well, let's start with the Iranians themselves. I mean, the government. I wouldn't be shocked if they're seeing this ceasefire as, frankly, a major win. I mean, obviously, they're seeing it first with extreme caution because they've been burned before, and they don't trust the president to honor it. Last time they were starting to negotiate, and all of a sudden they were attacked. So extreme caution, but at the same time, they feel quite emboldened that they got to this point. And I feel like, it's... I describe this contest sort of as a game of chicken, and rightly or wrongly, I feel like the Iranians believe that we blinked first. And so if you look at their allies, I mean, let's just start with the top, a proxy that they have, which is in Lebanon, Hezbollah, right? They probably have mixed feelings. I mean, on the one hand, they feel that they're happy that their masters in Tehran are not getting shot at by the Americans. That's one. But on the other hand, now they have to deal with a much more aggressive Israel, which clearly has no interest in honoring this ceasefire. They're going all out, basically, against the organization in Lebanon. And that's the difficulty, and I agree with the colonel. That's the difficulty of a ceasefire like this. I mean, if it were bilateral, all you have to do is just basically monitor any violations from either side. In here, you got multiple sides, right, with different kinds of priorities and interests. And so you're going to have to see, a good bit of, honest to God conversations between us and the Israelis to make sure that we're sufficiently in alignment here.
Yeah, that brings up such a good point. And Lieutenant Colonel, I want to ask you, I mean, we saw Israel today say that they were going to honor the ceasefire with Iran, and yet big asterisk when it comes to Lebanon. And that seems to be a big, I don't know if it's a deal breaker, but definitely a source of contention for Iran. Do you see this in the Benjamin Netanyahu's interest, this ceasefire, or do you think that we could see attempts by his administration to try to continue to escalate here?
I don't think there's any question that they did not want this ceasefire at all. Many of the people that are kind of in Trump's inner circle, and even in the United States, that are also very close friends to Israel, like Jack Keane, flat out said he did not like this and did not agree with it, didn't think that it was a good idea. Benjamin Netanyahu went on television today in Hebrew and said that, listen, everybody needs to understand the war is not over. We are going to continue on until we obtain all of our objectives by whatever means. So he's certainly talking in language. It means that they're going to continue to fight. And if he's required to stop, to do anything with Iran specifically, he obviously exploited the opportunity to go double down and focus more now his opportunities and his assets into Lebanon, which of course is not in American interest. And it was obviously negotiated with the Pakistanis that was going to be included in the ceasefire. And it just shows you that Washington is very limited in its influence inside of Israel. They're going to do what they want to do, it looks like.